guys, we are going to work on R2, determining the theme of a story or poem and analyzing its development. So when we talk about theme, if it asks you what the theme is, it means what the author is communicating about the human experience. So what are we supposed to be learning about life? Whatever this statement is that you come up with, it needs to be a complete sentence. It needs to be a universal statement, meaning it's true across time, across cultures, whatever it might be. So, for example, love can make people act irrationally. That's true anywhere you go, and that's the kind of statement that you'll be coming up with for your theme. So then, to determine what it is, you want to say look at what topic is being addressed. So that's like a main idea, a word or phrase. What is the conflict? What does the main character learn, or how does he change? And then based on that information, you'll come up with what the theme is. So we're going to practice that with this poem, Dulce et decorum est. This is one of them in your unit. Bent double like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs and toward our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshot. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind. Gas, gas, quick moves, an ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time, but someone still was yelling out and stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wagon that we flung him in and watch the white eyes writhing in his hanging face like a devil's sick of sin, if you could hear at every jolt the blood come gargling from the froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cut of vile, incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie, dulce et decorum est pro patria mori. And I couldn't get everything in the screenshot. That last line says that it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. And so you know it's important because it's used there, and it's the title of the poem. So the topic, I'm just going to kind of work you through the example, the process of determining the theme. So, the topic is the horrors of war. The conflict the speaker is facing is that soldiers are dying horrific deaths. The survivors are haunted by them. He gives this very vivid imagery that's very disturbing to convey this idea. And then what he learns is that war is not glorious. It's horrendous. We kind of grow up honoring soldiers, and it's very well deserved, and it's become this is the only way. You're a hero if you die for your country. It's this glorifying experience, but we know that's not true. War leaves soldiers changed forever and leaves those around them changed as well. So based on that information, I've come up with the theme: do not encourage children to go sacrifice themselves for their country, because even if they survive, they will never be the same. Okay? So, for your mastery check, you're going to use American Sniper. So if you haven't watched it yet, you're going to have to watch it before you do your mastery check. Your driving question is, how are soldiers' lives forever changed by war? That's your project. So the topic of American Sniper is soldiers' lives being changed by war. The major conflict that goes with that is Chris Kyle struggles to adapt to life back in society. He has PTSD. He has a very hard time dealing with all the terrible things that happen to him. And then what does he learn, or how does he change? Chris learns that the horrors of war will never go away, and that the only way to find peace is to help others. So then your job is to come up with a thematic statement, a full sentence, a universal statement that describes the theme of this. Okay, so again, if you haven't finished the movie, you need to do that first. Come back and do this. Once you master this, you'll be ready for your next lesson.